no doubt perhaps celebrating a little with a little champagne. At least I hope they deserve it. Well then, may I first of all congratulate you on behalf of all television viewers and all listeners who are listening on having secured the Ashes for Australia. Oh, for England, I got the wrong team. And then would you like to say a few words to the viewers, how you feel at this moment? It's a stupid question, but it's one we'd like to know. I think it's that camera, if you'd like to look up there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'm feeling very, very thrilled at the moment, and I really don't know what to say, but we have here Godfrey Evans, Trevor Bailey and Alec Betzer, who have done a wonderful job for England during the past series of test matches. I do hope you've enjoyed watching the matches and listening to them as much as we have playing in them.
Well, Len, I know there's one question they'd like to know. I think at the end of last season you thought and said that we would win the Ashes. Now, did you really, in your heart of hearts, feel that, or...?
Yes, I thought we had a very good chance. I would have liked to have done it at Leeds in Yorkshire, but I don't... I'm very happy and well satisfied that we've managed to do it here at the Oval, which is, of course, one of my favourite grounds.
I tell you one thing you might do for the good of English cricket. Would you like to throw away that half a crown you've been tossing with? Or do you think it's a good thing to have lost the toss every time?
I threw it away at Leeds, and the following day a little boy came round with it mounted on a little piece of wood, which he asked me to autograph. And I don't believe really in lucky coins, and I just pick
anyone out of the pocket, do you?
Yes.
Well then, once again, I know you want to go downstairs and do a lot of things. May I shake you by the hand on behalf of everybody who's listening and viewing, and perhaps we wish you a equally successful tour of the West Indies.
Thank you.
And then when's the next time? 1954 in Australia?
Yes.
Right, well, may you have equal luck then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming up, Len.
Thank you.
Well, now let's talk to one or two others who've done so much to contribute. We must remember this is definitely a team thing, this. I think we can say all the English team, and also those other members who have played in these other test matches and haven't been playing in this one. They all did their bits. We can think of people like Johnny Wardley was 12th man in this match, who did so much at Lord's. We've Reg Simpson and Roy Tattersall and Brian Statham, all those other players who aren't here today. But we have got up here, first of all, Trevor Bailey. Now, Trevor, we've seen an awful lot of you on television. We worked it out, Roy Webber. I think that you batted at one time, I think, about 18 hours against the Australians.
Well, very pleased to last as long as that. But, and naturally, I am extremely happy today. There is one person you didn't mention from the other test matches, and that's Willie Watson.
Willie Watson, your partner at Lord's, who made that wonderful century. Well, Trevor, we always say, whenever we see you, nothing Trevor likes more than a fight. Now, is that a fact? Do you really like the fight, or would you like to have a nice, easy time, going about 400 for naught at one?
Well, it'd make a change if I could. I think it'd be very, very nice. It would make a very, very pleasant change, too.
Well, you've done a wonderful job for England, and we've much enjoyed watching you do it.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
Right, well, now we must get the big fella in next, I think. Come on, Alec. Well, Alec, I don't know what to say to you, really, because without you, I don't know what would have happened, but my goodness,
what
you
do you
bowled...
mean with batting, you mean?
You're batting, oh yes, yeah, we're talking, your bowling doesn't matter. It's that innings yesterday of 22. That gave you more pleasure than all the wickets.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You
No,
wouldn't?
no.
Well, now, what's your honest opinion of this series? Did you think you might have do as well as this?
Well, I thought we had a good chance.
Mm-hmm.
I put it just over 50-50. That's about what it's worked out, just over.
It has been very level.
Yes.
Now, are you a tired man after all? You've been trundling up and down there.
Oh, well, I think I've had a fairly good rest in this match, really.
You reckon there's a bit of a rest?
Yes, quite a good rest.
The only innings you didn't take a wicket the second innings.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
No, in this series.
Oh, in this series, yes. Yeah.
And what are you going to do in the winter? You're not going to the West Indies?
No, I'm not going there. No.
You can do a bit of what?
Oh, keep fit. Try to keep fit.
Play golf?
Training, play golf, yes.
Some more cricket next year?
Yes, I hope so.
And then there's some certain Australians to play against in the following winter, aren't there?
Well, if they ask me to go, yes, that's a rather important item, you know.
It's very important,
Yes.
but I can't see them not doing so. Well, Alec, congratulations on your wonderful bowling. It's been, obviously 100% towards England's success.
I know, Brian. Thanks very much.
Right, well now, Godfrey Evans, the chap who vitalised everything. He's like some of these patent cures you read about in the papers. Take Evans and you'll make 100 or so. Godfrey, how do you do it all? You always seem to be as live at the end of the day as you are at the beginning.
I wouldn't say that, Brian. I
Yes, you
rather
are.
enjoy playing, you know.
Do you?
Oh, yes.
You
rather,
enjoy cricket.
yes.
And how have you felt about your own form in this series?
Well, I think it spoilt the bet I had with my batting because I don't seem to have got on very far this year. But I must say that wicket keeping against the Australians is very hard work. and they've got some awkward left-handed batsmen that
I
seem to
know.
get in line.
It's
and
all round the
cross out
corner, isn't it?
all over the place, and I've found it very difficult, and I've concentrated very hard on my wicket-keeping this year and tried to bring it up to scratch. And therefore I think the batting on the whole has
It's
suffered
a little
over
bit.
the-
I think it would be fair to say that you kept wicket in this match as well as in any of the other 5, isn't it? Isn't that
Yes,
true?
I should think so.
I thought you couldn't have done,
reasonable, yes.
you couldn't have done. You're very modest. Just tell us about that run out. That must have been an awful feeling, was it?
Well, I was very disappointed, of course, when I found I'd slipped space over apex in the middle of the wicket, and
Very politely put.
I was hoping to make the crease, but when most disappointed when the umpire's finger went up. But however, these things are sent to try us, I think, and it was a very awkward time to get out.
It made a good game because you were obviously set for 200 at the time.
Well, that could be so.
Well, anyhow, congratulations on a wonderful week keeping. Have a jolly nice tour of the West Indies.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Right, now who else have we got here? We got Jim Laker. Now, Jim, you did a great piece of work on your old pitch, didn't you?
Oh, one or two
No, you
good
needn't
players.
be modest. We saw you bowling there. Was this the sort of wicket you like to bowl on, ideally? We're looking up at this camera. Sorry, we keep on looking at the wrong one.
Yes, I think this is a pretty good wicket for any spin bowler.
And when did it, in your opinion, begin to take spin?
Actually, it turned a little on the first day, but really went, yesterday.
You disguised it a bit early on so they wouldn't see that, did you?
No, we didn't need many spinners the first day.
No. And you bowled a lot on this wicket. Is this the sort of normal wicket we get at the Oval now?
No, they vary a tremendous amount.
Mhm.
This, with extra preparation, I thought it might go this way.
Well, I must say, you bowled very well on it. You took advantage. You got some very important wickets.
Yes,
That
I
one which
suppose
got
so.
Lindsay must have turned a lot, didn't it?
That one went quickly. It's quicker than the others, I should think.
You gave a hell of a shout.
Yeah, so you've got to do it.
All right, Jim. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a successful winter too.
Thank you, Brian.
Now, the young chap's just standing behind me here, Fred Truman, who hasn't had best of luck this season. He's been doing a lot of RAFing and all that, and he hasn't had a lot of time for cricket, but he's certainly come back with a bang in this test match. Freddie, you were bowling, I think, as fast as you ever have in this first innings, weren't you?
Well, I don't really know. I don't really know how fast I can bowl.
You don't.
So,
You've never been the receiving end.
well, I've been on the receiving end of Linwall, and I don't want to meet many bowlers as quick as what he is. So,
Have you studied his technique, his bowling technique?
yes, actually, I've been very interested in Linwall's got such a beautiful approach to the wicket,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, in my opinion, as being the most interesting part I have seen in Linwall. Also, I watched the way he disguises his pace,
Mm-hmm.
and in the last few yards of his run-up, he seems to be going full speed and straight over, and that's
That's what you're aiming at, is it?
well, that's my ambition. That's what I want to try and do if I can.
Well, you certainly get a lot of speed out of it. This matter of altering your pace is very tricky to do without the batsman knowing, isn't it?
Yes, but Linwall makes it look so easy. You see, I made up my mind this year, as if I ever did get the chance of seeing Ray Linwall bowl, that was what I wanted to do, was to really study him and see if I could pick up some tips which I knew I would be able to pick up him.
Yes, well, you've still got a good many years to go, so good luck to you in those years to come, and congratulations on your performance in this match.
Thank you very much, Brian. I'll do my best in the future.
Right.
Thank
And now for the father of a new boy, I think a new son, isn't it, Tony?
That's right, Brian.
Tony Locke, and the chap who took these 5 wickets against Australia. Congratulations, Tony. And
Thank
was this
you.
the sort of wicket you like bowling on?
Oh, it's perfect for me, yes.
It was
I
made
really-
for you, was
oh,
it?
lovely, yes.
We better emphasise that Bert Locke, the groundsman, is no relation of yours, is he?
No, most of the members when I first came here thought that he was my father, but I soon put pay to that.
He did. Well, how's your finger? Which finger was it with all the trouble about?
Oh, it's fine now, Brian. It's
I don't know if you can hold it out to the camera.
Sure.
And it's the skin just here, is it, which wears
Yes,
off?
It wears off and gets fairly raw at times.
But it looks a bit sore now.
No, it's quite good.
Well, anyhow, I hope it's going to be all right. You give it a bit of a rest before you go to the West Indies, will you?
True, right, yes. I will.
Well, congratulations to you on your fielding and your bowling.
Thank you, Brian.
Well, now, we must just get Peter May before we go on to some other gentleman I want to introduce you to. Peter, congratulations on 2 very fine innings here on your home ground.
Thank you,
Your home ground.
Thank you, Brian.
And
Well,
if-
I had a bit of luck this morning, actually. And
Well,
one
it's
or
very
two,
modest
one or
of you.
two went over the slips, but
Yeah, but they counted 4 runs.
oh
didn't
well, they all count. Yes, however you get them,
Peter, you must have been a little bit disappointed chap after the first test when you were dropped, but you fought right back in form, haven't you?
Yes, well, it was wonderful to be here on this day to see the win.
You enjoyed it. Well, now, which of those bowlers now do you reckon was the most difficult to play out of the ones who played today?
Well, I think Johnston was today anyway, because he was getting a bit of lift out of the wicket.
Yeah.
And bowling over the wicket, pitching on your leg stump.
Yeah.
And the one or two that bothered me were, you know, a bit of jump.
You've got some beautiful off drives there.
Yes, one or two went all right.
Gave you a bit of satisfaction.
Yes, yes.
All right, Peter. Well, congratulations on 2 jolly good innings.
Thank you very much.
And we got Tom Gravely. We mustn't let him get away without it. Tom, you're smiling. I'm sure. Am I right in saying Mrs. Graveney is watching?
No, not now. She's come down and she's here.
Is she?
No, yeah.
She's not
She
seeing
has
you. I
arrived.
know she has been watching a lot on the television, hasn't
Oh
she?
yes, oh yeah.
This
She never
season?
misses it.
She
Misses a
doesn't.
ball.
Well, Tom, you've had a not sort of good match for
Rather
you.
lean.
But you a lean match, is it? Well, you
Yeah.
can't always succeed, but you've
No.
done jolly well this season.
Thank you, Frank.
And you're off to the West Indies too?
I'm off to the West Indies, yeah.
Good. Well, I hope you have a jolly good tour there. And poor Mrs. Graveney will miss you for about 4 months,
She's
will
left on her own.
she? Will she? All right, we'll have a lot
Thank
of
you,
luck.
Frank.
And Johnny Wardle hiding behind there. Chap who's had a lot of bad luck. You've often turned up at a game and been told you aren't playing, or you always stand by and you put up a terrific performance at Lord's anyhow.
Resident 12th man.
Resident 12. Well, I think you're a jolly chap, for one, Johnny.
Yes, yes. I'm very pleased to see that we've managed to deal with them.
Yes, and you had a very good match at Lord's.
Reasonable match anyway.
Very
Yeah.
reasonable, you call it.
Yes,
I thought you did a lot of work and did it very well.
Thank you.
And you're going off to the West Indies too?
Yes, yes, pleased to say that I am.
Is
yes.
Mrs. Wardle down here? We saw her up at Old
Yes, she's
Trafford.
been at the match, all the match.
She has.
She was very disappointed when I wasn't playing, but she's managed to get over that.
She thinks
now.
you carry out the drinks pretty well, does she?
Yes, I'm very good at that.
All right, Johnny. Well, good luck to you too.
Thank you.
Well, now there's one gentleman I'd like to introduce to you. I'm sure you've seen him before. In fact, you saw him if you were viewing in the Lord's Test match. It's a chap who gets all the bricks thrown at him when things go wrong, and people are very apt to forget him when things go right, as they have done today. And so on your behalf, television viewers and all the others listening, I'd like to congratulate Freddie Brown, the chairman of the selectors.
Thank you, Brown.
Freddie,
Thank you
very sincere congratulations, because I think yours is a very difficult job. There must be over 22 million other selectors in the country. They all choose different teams, and you're always wrong.
Well, yes, but we're right today.
You are
Thank
right
goodness.
today. Have you worked on a sort of system all the way through?
Well, yes, we tried to start with a team. We've had to make changes naturally, but we've tried to make as few changes as possible. And I think we've eventually come with probably the best team that England has turned out in this series. We've been handicapped with Locke's injury, and Truman wasn't in the form we hoped at the beginning of the year, but fortunately they've both turned up trumps in this match.
Will you let us into a secret? Did you keep Freddie Truman as a bit of a dark horse for this final
Oh
match?
no, we wanted him before, but well, we didn't play him, that's
No.
all.
Well, I must say you have had a lot of brick bats. Do they bounce off you all right?
Yes, I think these shoulders have taken quite a bit, but I think I can take it.
Well, I think you can. And you cheered us up a great deal at Lord's, and we saw you playing when you walked in at that rather awkward moment, about 10 to 6 or something, wasn't it?
5 to 6.
What did you feel like then?
Well, I don't quite know. I think I felt that a lot depended on me, but it was no good me playing doggo, as it were.
No.
And when I saw there were no spectators round the ring to throw the ball back, I thought, well, if I hit one or two out there, it might take a little longer. And fortunately, the Australians bowled the odd half volley, which I managed to connect with.
You nearly took off whose head? Someone's head at mid-off, you nearly.
I think it was. It wasn't very high, though.
All right, Freddie. Well, may I congratulate you, and we must remember your other 3 selectors and Len Hutton himself.
Yes,
who had
well, we're naturally very delighted, and everybody has pulled their weight in this series and done a wonderful job. There isn't anybody who hasn't pulled his weight. And Len, I believe, I think, has captained the side magnificently, and the fellows have all backed him up 100%. As selectors, we're naturally, as I say, delighted, and it's been a great thrill for us to be able to say that we have selected a side that's regained the Ashes after so many years.
Yes, well, it must be a great feeling, and I hope we have a jolly good evening celebration, Freddie.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Right, well now, just finally,